earlier in the event, or at the, yesterday, I guess I should say, someone brought up Russell Brunson's podcast, Marketing in Your Car, where he literally just on his way to work, he's like, well, I got this 15, 20 minutes where I'm not doing anything. So he pulled up his phone and started recording marketing lessons. Here's how I won a Lamborghini or a Ferrari. I don't really care about the car, but here's the marketing lesson. And he just shared this stuff. And that was 2014, I think, that he started that. And it just evolves over time and it lives there. And we're not telling you to start a podcast. We're just telling you to do something, start something, because 4 years from now, it might turn into something incredible that people want to be a part of or talk about or drives a lot of revenue. But if you don't do it, 4 years from now, you're going to be in the same boat, right? And they always say, when's the best time to try to plant a tree? 20 years ago. When's the second best time to plant a tree? Right now. And just plant that seed.
It's almost like a therapy session for yourself. You get me? So what Russell was doing, just how he said, he will get his phone and he record. How many people do that? Doctors, they record something and then they talk to themselves. And then later on, they listen to the recording and then it just sticks in their head. You get me? And that's literally what you guys can do also. You wake up, you have a great idea. How many times have you had an idea and you never wrote it down? It happened to me a bunch of times. But if you could just easily get an idea and just run with it and keep thinking about it, but then hit record on your phone and just record that idea, it's gonna be more powerful, and that idea could do great things.
Yeah, absolutely. Hit record, write it down, create a blog post. Start a YouTube channel. Like, if you are in the beginning stages of starting a business, then you are with the masses, right? You are a part of the majority. The minority is the people who actually stick with it and become successful, and that's just the absolute fact. It's not because it's impossible. It's because it takes a consistency over time. But when you're getting started, you are the same as all the masses. So why not share your journey? Why not chronicle your journey? Everything you learn, go ahead and teach it. And even if you don't have a plan for monetization, like this podcast, who cares? Because you're going to build a library of valuable information that's going to help other people. And who knows, maybe by the time you start seeing success, people will take notice and they'll be like, let's go back to that YouTube channel that they created and actually see their journey in real time. How valuable would that be? And that could catapult you from the initial success to the next level.
Yeah, and something that I've been noticing on TikTok as well is like the storytelling. The more you talk about what's going on in your head, your ideas, and then if you can transform that into short form content as well, that sells a lot. Just sharing your story, that sells a lot. A perfect example with our last episode with Hannah. I was looking at her TikTok, and most of them are story time. Most of her content is story. She doesn't do trending dances or nothing. She's just literally vulnerable. She feels herself that she's vulnerable, and then she shares a story. And me looking at her videos, I was like, wow, like this girl, like she does a lot of like story time, and that's what sells. I feel like that's what sells more nowadays, instead of just creating a 7-second video.
It really, if you can get down to it and share a story and be a little strategic about it, I think it needs to attract people and point them towards an opportunity for sales or lead generation. But yeah, it is storytelling. Like, it's still people first. There's the tech behind it. There's the how do you connect your domain name to your funnel and all that stuff. So that's definitely there. But it's just people. And one of my favorite sayings that I got from Alex Becker that I use all the time is, money comes from other people, right? Like, if you want to start a business, this is not a job. This is not a second job. A job, you got a set of duties. You go in, you clock in, you do the work, and then you get paid. That's not how entrepreneurship works, right? You have to get money from other people. Now, we're not trying to steal it. We're not trying to trick people out of money. We're trying to exchange value for money, and money comes from other people. So it's a people first business, and that's where the storytelling element comes into it.
Yeah, you're offering a service, right? Or offering a solution to a problem that everybody has. And people will pay you for that.
Yeah.